Hey guys, what's going on? This is Yuri with the GT Nuts team. So today I had to do a practice race run on this bike, which is my 2018 GT Zaskar Carbon Pro. It's also Pacific Northwest. It's raining right now. Kind of didn't expect that to happen, but that's okay. So I'll go over this stuff in the rain with you guys. That's how committed I am to this stuff, because I know a lot of you are curious about the long-term review on this. So I'll explain a couple things. Number one, this is actually my second frame, GT Zaskar Carbon Pro frame, with the original that I had. The first one, unfortunately it broke, or it, there was a crack right behind the seat tube here. GT looked at it themselves, like when I was racing at Sea Otter, and John over there, if anybody watches the GT Force ad they put out, the guy talking, drinking a beer, that's John. He looked at it and was like, yeah, it's definitely cracked, but it's kind of in a very unexpected place. So he was like, go back to your bike shop, put in a ticket, when you have time, and we'll just swap out the frame. And because this bike isn't offered in the US, it took about a month to get a new frame, but as you guys know, I have plenty of GT bikes, so I was not short on fun. Though I did miss not being able to ride this bike. But I'll talk about also some changes. But let's go over front to back that way. So, God, I have not ridden this fork in such a freaking long time. But here's the RockShox. This is the RockShox SID fork on here. It's 100 millimeters of travel. The water's, it's raining pretty good now. I'm gonna put my hood up. Oh, sucks. And it's the 15 by 110 boost tub with, and you could actually put a 275 plus or a 29er wheel on this fork. This is a 29er setup. Here, I love Chrome Mag handlebars. They're my favorite. The chrome one is badass, so decided to go with that. This one runs a Sram Exo Drivetrain. Here, it's a 1x12 and an 1150 tooth setup, and I enjoy this. The one big pain in the ass issue, though, I will say, this runs a Chris King press fit hub. You have to get an adapter 6 in order to make it compatible with this frame. What I hate about it is this is a near perfect bike. With rainfall and everything. The only problem is it creaks hard. Like after one hard, it's at the point where after one good solid hard ride, less than 10 miles, it will creak. And now it's almost like I just live with it now. So whatever, it's just a pain. But I think if I get another carbon Zaskar frame, because I love how these perform, definitely hands down, this is my favorite bike of all time, easily. I know there's an LTS sensor, but this is like the best generalist bike I've ever had in my life. So, and it's beautiful. Like, I love the colors. I really begged GT. I was like, please do not give me the 20. They were willing to give me the updated 2019 frame. I said, please just find another one of these frames. I love the paint so much, and they were like, cool, we'll make it happen, and they did. So I'm 5'6". I should say this is a medium-sized frame. Here, it does not run internal routing at all, as you can see here. Also, except for the dropper post, as you can see, it comes out, routes up and about. So, and I don't mind that. I mean, it looks like a tidy, beautiful frame setup. Weight-wise, this frame comes out to right below, I want to say it's closer, believe it or not, 24 pounds, if that. I think with the dropper post, it added some weight. On a rigid, it came out to 22, so it's an exceptionally light frame. Yeah, and I do notice there's some changes on this bike, the warranty replacement frame, as opposed to the original. So on a warranty replacement frame, it was running a 34 tooth. On here it's a 32. If you run a 34, it actually will rub against here. They also, the difference here is they don't have a little metal backing plate. So if your chain hits, it doesn't cut up your frame. This one is minus that. So I don't know if they widened this out or not. Also, you don't have a direct mount here for a front derailleur if you wanted to run that. So you're kind of SOL there. And it's kind of interesting. The frame feels like it's a tad bit wider by a few millimeters. If you want to run a fatter tire, I have small hands, you know, like I think you could get away with, again, a 2.35. This is the 2.2. 29er Vittoria Mezcals. I like these tires. In the Pacific Northwest, as you can tell, because I almost slipped on my ass right there doing this video. I think the Barzols are a better bet, but these are super fast tires. These are the graphene ones. Oh yeah, 2.29 by 2.25 tires. I love these. I run tubes in them. Also an update, components wise, the one thing I have destroyed nearly, and I don't think you can see it really well, but the Stan's rim I've actually nearly destroyed. A lot of the, you can't tell because it's dirty, but a lot of the nipple holes on here are cracked, so I'm gonna replace it. I think these will at some point, these are going to be pretty much display wheels. They're going to get retired out pretty soon. I'm going to replace them with some FSA afterburners, just because FSA is a sponsor with the Wednesday Night Worlds races, and they've been a great, wonderful sponsor, hence this FSA afterburner handlebar, so, and the headset. And so that's the next plan. Oh, I should say here, Custom Caps makes the bar end plugs. Shout out to them. Old Man Jump Club, which is a group of friends. We all just love riding mountain bikes, and we're all definitely above the age of 30. So here, the Raceway South Nelson, since it's raining, I mean, like, I have to loosen these up, but yeah, the grip is still good, excellent. Can't deny that. This is the 31.8 handlebar clamp length. It's not a 35. And of course, I'm running the Magura 4-piston brakes, the Magura MT5s. And in all weather, they're great. I think you have to, for the Magura MT5 brakes, they're just incredible stoppers. So if you ride a lot, like you're putting in easily, like you're racing cross country at least one race per week, and you're doing like 10 miles at least a week too, 10 to 20 miles. Regardless, I think you're only going to get these to last maybe like 6 months. But also I do other crap, so maybe that's why the short life. But they will eat through pads. Probably the fastest I've ever eaten through pads. But excellent brakes. I wouldn't change that for the world. You know, because whether it's muddy, long descents, whatever, you don't get the fade. You don't get any of the like, you even in the winter in the snow, still good. They're a very resilient brake in all conditions. Here I run a performance, of course, a $4 water bottle cage, and of course, yeah. I think if I have enough room to pull this water bottle out. I think if you're going to go with a longer water bottle, just get a side loader, especially if you're running the medium frame. I know Win Masters has got the large. I think it's at least the large, and he wouldn't have a problem because there's a little more wiggle room here. I run of course, with the wonderful yellow decals. You gotta have the cool yellow race face Chester pedals. These are my favorite. I don't normally run metal pedals. You know, I think the nylons are fine. I've never broken any nylon pedals yet, even the cheap performance brand. So I like those too. Here I went with the SQ Labs 611 saddle. And I actually enjoy these. This is a super comfortable saddle. I swear by it. I think it's a cut above the WTB Silverado. You know, so check out SQ Labs if you're looking for a comfortable saddle. They send out a fit kit. You know, and I haven't regretted that. This KS lever, I will admit, I like how clean of a look it is, but the P&W components dropper performs a lot better, to be honest. Like, I hate to say it, you know, it's in weather this can be finicky. The P&W dropper post, from experience, like, just consistent, like, works in every condition out there. That I've had such a much more positive experience than this one. This one's a little bit slow to react, and especially when the temperature gets cold. So but I'm not planning to change it out anytime soon. It still does a good job, I mean, for the most part, so that's fine. Oh, I should have mentioned, on the Magura brakes, I'm still running the original SRAM rotors, so you know, and I mean, I haven't had braking issues at all. I can't imagine how good they're gonna stop. They stop incredible, so I don't know how much better they could get with storm rotors. Probably like barely squeeze this and then I get thrown off. But oh, I should say, sorry, like have ADD, but here I had to replace these. If you over torque these even just a little bit, you will break them. You will break the carbotexture plastic. So these are the metal clamps and they hold really well. They don't, I know Magura has designed them so they just slip in a crash. So it's just that I'm doing certain trial stuff and it's come too loose. I'm like, oh man, I could have really gotten hurt. So that's why I went with the metal stuff and tightened it down a little bit more. But really, other than that, this is a great handling bike. I've raced it in Sea Otter at the 2018 Sea Otter hardtail category. I was racing the pro guy. I was racing with some of the pros like Blake Sampson, especially, and he came in second. I came in ninth. You know, and so it was really cool to have a top 10 finish racing him. And then in the hardtail downhill, also in cross country, I raced this at Sea Otter, and you know, it didn't fare out as well as Blake Sampson. He did, I think he pulled off sixth. And you know, I was like somewhere in the ballpark of the 20s or something. I was kind of burnt out after the downhill race because I gave it my all. But anyway, you know, it's such a cool bike. The reason I was racing downhill on it hardtail is because if anybody knows anything about the GT Zaskar, this beautiful bike, it's the only bike like with the production frame where it's won cross country, it's won downhill, it's won trials, it's won dual slalom championships, like all on the same production frame out in the 90s. Like everybody from Hans Ray to Nico Vuillot, I mean, we're racing this and kicking ass on the bike, and I thought to honor it, right, I would race the Zaskar. So not this particular one, the one that was broken. So I thought it would be a nice going away before I sent it off for warranty. So I love this. Is my favorite Zaskar of all time. You just cannot beat this paint job. It's the beautiful blue and yellow. It's symbolic of the, you know, GT's heritage of, you know, if you look at previous years. Also, I will say, just as a plug, if you're at Performance Bicycle, goes on Performance Bicycle website, I think they sold out of the 750 ml GT water bottles, but check this out, they still have these cool ones. I was surprised to even see like some GT factory racing merchandise. If I swear to God, if the jerseys end up going, the Alpine Stars jerseys, which look really badass, I'm gonna bankrupt my own account. No, I'm kidding. But oh yeah, sorry, another ADD moment. The spacing here, 110, 148 boost. You know, I might eventually swap out with the Wolf Tooth through axles instead. Not that I've had problems with these. I'm just trying to go with a nice, cooler look. So we'll see. Not yet set in stone because I've got other projects. But other than that, if you have any questions about the bike, feel free to drop them in the descriptions. I will, of course, you guys always know I love engaging with everybody who comments. You know, and so from there, you know, hopefully it influences your decision to get a bike, a GT bike especially, or not. But always you can expect my answer to be pretty pure and honest, because I've been on some GT bikes where I'm not too into, like, I think it would be good in certain applications but not better in others. Like, you know, like so far I like my LTS over my Sanction, and when I get a GT Force, you know, stuff like that. So you'll always get me to give you an answer, my opinion on bikes, that especially ones that I own. So that said, if you have any questions about, or you missed any detail that you want to ask me about, I'm more than happy to even measure it out, just so you guys know. Oh yeah, like the handlebar width, this one's pretty narrow. I run this actually 720 millimeters wide. I should have mentioned that. And the saddle width on here for me, based on SQ Labs Fit Kit, it's a 150. So I should have clarified that one, but now I think we're covered. So thanks for watching, everybody. Love you guys. Take it easy, you know, have a happy new year, and of course, hopefully you guys have a sunnier day than I do that's, you know, not as bad. All right guys, peace out, bye.